it, and this is appalling. They have a cut-off, unless the fraud is something more than 60,000. That a lot of the time they're not even bothering.
Yeah. No.
And it's a
terrible,
chunk of money.
Isn't it? You know.
It's a chunk of money.
Yeah, it is. It's terrible, because like small businesses, you know, that could potentially put somebody out of business.
Yeah.
Because, you know, because of cash flows and things.
Yeah. I mean, the thing
it is horrendous.
Yeah. I mean, I actually used to work with some of the national high-tech crime boys over in North Wales and then Cheshire. And when I was over in North Wales, they were basically politically all of their time, and rightly or wrongly, you could argue it, but it all gets pushed towards looking at child exploitation and paedophilia, and that was where all their time went. So unfortunately, financial crime on a back burner, unless there's a really high threshold of loss, and people know this, and that's why they get away with it, because they they know if you keep it small, the chances of getting caught are minimal, and that's. Yeah. But certainly, by putting in basic steps, at least you can make sure that you're not that lowest hanging fruit on the tree.
Yeah, exactly.
But okay.
Which hopefully we're not anyway. So.
I can. Okay. What you've said already, I know you're not.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. Anyway, what I'll do is, John, I'm not actually in the office today. I'm working from home. I know you'll probably need my signature and back on this form, which I will do tomorrow. And get it back over to you.
You don't have to send that over. The fact that I've got your verbal confirmation, I'm quite happy with that. But
are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, even if what I'll do is I might just send a little update email just to say thank you for just saying do you.
And
confirm?
then I'll reply.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay, that's super. And this. So, are you actually working for the university itself,
No.
you actually?
I'm actually. I work for my own company, and I'm a specialist security assessor. I mean, Noel is a military guy. I'm one of the very few guys on the course who isn't military. Right. But I actually do, although I do some security cleared work, but the main stuff I do is I validate companies that make bank cards.
Right.
So
right.
I do that all.
So you don't get to go to the Pentagon then? No,
actually, I end up in high security compounds in the middle of no man's land, which is similar.
Lovely.
But it's a massive gulf. I mean, these guys, because people actually, your bank cards don't come from the banks, and we do all the 3D secure elements like that, and putting how your credit cards get on your mobile phones, we validate all the software and how that works as well. But these are all the companies you never hear about, and they can have all the most stringent security measures in the world. But sometimes, I was at a site quite recently, and somebody was writing down the card numbers, the lowest tech attack possibly, writing it on a bit of paper and walking out with the card numbers on a piece of paper.
Oh my word.
But they're actually quite clever, because they were doing it for Coutts Bank, which, if you don't know, is a Queen's Bank, and they all have £100,000 limits. But do you see what I mean? You can have all of this fantastic, logical security, and then there's this crossover. It's this blended between logical and physical that sometimes actually, is it easier just to smash through somebody's wall, pick their computer up and run off with it?
Yeah. Pretty scary, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll be surprised how, and it's one of the big failings of logical security. People don't think about physical stuff, things getting, you see it quite a lot with laptops getting left in cars, people dropping USB sticks outside. I mean, certainly if you think about that, and this is one, I mean, just very, very briefly, one of the big things I would like to say is I'm a massive believer in the risk assessments, because that should drive all of your business decisions. Yeah. And it's something that is really, really lacking in most of the material, because what's happening in the government is saying this is what you should be doing, but actually, is it applicable for your business? And actually, would